Hi everyone, and welcome back to the podcast where we are shining a spotlight on the women working in NetSupport and talking about different roles within the company and achievements and all that kind of stuff. And today I've got Rachel with me. Hey Rachel, how are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course. It's really nice to see you. Oh, the weather's a bit miserable, but you're definitely brightening my morning.
We've even like matching on our hair a little bit.
We are, yeah, we're kind of getting there, aren't we? We're similar, for sure.
Yeah.
So first of all, would you mind just telling everyone a little bit about your role in NetSupport and kind of what that looks like?
So my name's Rachel. I am a software tester at NetSupport. So what my role is I basically go through all the applications our developers so lovingly build and try to break them. It's the way to describe it. I go through every functionality, every button, every link, and just ensure that they all go where they're supposed to go, that they work how they're supposed to work, and we don't have any crashes or error messages show up that shouldn't be there. So it can get a little bit tedious, a little bit repetitive, but it means that when we do get a product ready to go, it is the best it possibly can be.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a really important aspect of making sure the product is ready to go out, isn't it?
Yep, quality control.
Absolutely. You don't want it to be the customers that find these things at the end of the day. So, yeah, that's brilliant. What about you outside of NetSupport?
I'm a crafter outside of NetSupport, so I like, I like crafting. I like making jewelry, dream catchers, cards. I'm very family orientated, so I spend a lot of time with my twin sister, my older sister, and their kids. So I'm always busy outside of work. So I really enjoy what I do because I can have a very separate private life and work life and keep a really good balance.
Yeah, that's really important. And yeah, your crafts are wonderful. So
yeah.
And also I should add, your twin is not just your twin, she's your identical twin, which has been quite amusing if she's ever popped into the office and confused everyone. So.
Yeah, and sometimes when she picks me up from work events or when she even DJ'd one, that confused a few people.
Absolutely. I love it. So how did you get into your role in testing?
So I started off in my IT journey as an apprentice. So I did an apprenticeship with a company called Firebrand. I was supposed to go to university and I was going to join the army, but I got diabetes halfway through my application process. So I decided to take a gap year and learn a skill, which is what got me into an apprenticeship. From there, I went into support work and management through that, and then decided I preferred breaking things than fixing them, which led me here.
I asked why testing, but I guess you like to break stuff.
I preferred breaking things and fixing them, so I moved across to NetSupport, which was a local company to me. And I thought, oh, this is good to get a little extra on my CV, even if I just stay here a year. I've been here about 5 years now. I really enjoy my role. So I got into that and just carried on from there. Started off as support, worked my way through applications, and then moved across to testing. And found that it was a less stressful role for me. I really enjoyed the people I worked with, the location of the company, how they treated me, and just kind of stayed and enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, I'm glad you've stayed. It's funny because we just start at very similar times as well. I think we're only like a month apart or something.
Yeah, I think I officially met you at the work barbecue.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really cool. What are your favorite things about your role?
Oh, that's quite hard. It's very structured. We are very reactive rather than proactive in what we do. We go through everything before there is a problem to make sure there is no problem. So there's never a dull moment. We don't really get the chance to be bored. We get so much come in, so much go out. And if we finish one product, we're straight on to the next. We swap and change, but we use test cases throughout our testing process. So it's very structured. So we know where we are. And I think the best part for me is my team. We communicate really well. We get on really well. We can have a laugh and a joke and still get things completely through the board as it's needed.
Yeah, that's really important, especially as you said, sometimes it can be repetitive because obviously you're having to check the same things over and over
Oh
again.
yeah.
So having that good environment with, pat and get on is important, or
Yes.
it would make it much worse.
And once you've done something like 3 or 4 times, and you kind of can go blind to it. So it's really good to then go to your teammate and be like, hey, I'm struggling with this bit. Can you help me out?
Yeah.
And we just do a little swap. Oh yeah, I'll look at this. If you look at that.
Yeah.
And someone else does a test case and writes the test case, we'll run it, second pair of eyes. So we just keep a really good flow going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's all really important, definitely. What's your experience been like working at a tech company? I mean, you've not just NetSupport, but you've worked at a few, obviously. What are kind of, would you say, the challenges, but also the benefits of working in tech companies?
The challenges for me was I started quite young. So I did an apprenticeship straight out of school and then moved into a company, ran in the support field and then moved my way up into management of that.
Yeah.
So I didn't really experience any issues in sexism or anything like that. It was more, you look rather young to be able to do this.
Going on there.
I was 19 at the time, so I understood all that. But yeah, my experience has been very positive. If it wasn't, obviously I wouldn't have stayed in the tech community. But I did find some challenges, like the work-life balance as a tech role can get very, very busy. You do on-call
You've got releases and stuff as well.
Yeah. So doing on-call in previous jobs, I didn't have any work-life balance, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to look for a change that led me into NetSupport, into testing, where I do work late some nights. Some nights we work mega late. We work really hard. We get the releases done outside of core hours to not impact our customers and our clients. But we also sometimes have something go wrong where we've missed something and we have to go back and fix it. We have to make sure we're all on board. But yeah, for me, the challenges was getting a balance that worked for me, because I spent more time at work than I did at home. And then I moved over to NetSupport and I realized there's a whole new way of living. Like I go home at the end of the day and I'm home. My work doesn't stress me out.
Exactly. And you kind of know when to expect it to get really busy as well. So they should kind of
we have a time scale, a plan of right, we've got release for this date, we need all this done. So we'll need just the week before, we tend to be extra busy. We work a bit later, we do overtime if needed.
Yeah.
But the company's good for it, we're good for it. And it just means that we, like I said, we release the best that we can release.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, so I guess one of the benefits then would be that you found that work-life balance now.
Yes, really yeah.
So, yeah, that's awesome. So my last question really is just, what would you suggest to someone who was interested in your role in testing?
Do it. Just do it. You don't have to come in knowing everything. A lot of the stuff you can learn on the job. You just need to find the right company that will invest their time in you and that you can invest your time with them. If you don't like who you work with and you don't enjoy what you're doing, then you're probably not in the right place. You should enjoy your work. It shouldn't be a chore to come in every day. It should be enjoyable. And I find my job very enjoyable. Some people may find my job very tedious because it is repetitive, but I at least know what I'm doing. I change it up. We do it on so many different levels and products and devices. There's so many devices we test on that we're always busy. So don't do something if you're not enjoying it. But once you find your rhythm, it's so easy to do. So if you want to get into this sort of role, previous knowledge is obviously advisable, but a lot of places will allow you to build up.
And would you recommend, you did an apprenticeship, I know it wasn't in testing, but you did that in support. Would you recommend apprenticeships to people as a good way of getting that knowledge?
Definitely. Apprenticeships are, for me, a way forward. University is now not always guaranteed a job at the end. You've got the university fees and the debt that follows that. And with today's economic climate, that's not always feasible. So as an apprentice, I was guaranteed a job at the end of my training year.
which is huge in this economy, in this job market.
I mean, I was paid pennies to start with, but I got so much training, so much knowledge that when I did finish it, I was able to go straight into a working role and build up myself from there. So I had all knowledge and backgrounds because I had work experience, which you don't always get at university. So for me, apprenticeships, especially in the IT field, apprenticeships are huge, because if you start off at a company, they're going to train you how they want you to work. They're going to train you on the products they want you to work with. So they're investing a lot in you with the intention that you will stay with them. So you're guaranteed a job. I mean, I know people who've done apprenticeships in support that have moved all the way up to senior developers in other companies. That's not my speed. I like breaking, not fixing.
Everyone's got to find the thing that they enjoy, haven't they? And you found yours. So
I found mine. And other women I've worked with have gone from apprenticeships into developer roles. It's a good way to get your foot through the door, working experience, and have a vast amount of knowledge.
Brilliant. Well, thank you, Rachel. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
And you. Thank you for having me.